that time for me to start my TBR, and well, I am gutted I didn't share my January TBR with you guys. However, we are picking out my February TBR together. As you can see, my TBR cart is full. We have 3 shelves. There's one that you cannot see, which is below this one. As you can see, this one's got 2 stacks, this one's got 2, and this one has books behind it as well. But this time, I'm doing my TBR a bit differently. So, hey, if you're new here, I'm Charlotte, and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my first TBR of 2026 I'm sharing with you guys. So this year, I have put the titles of books in my jar. Instead of prompts, I have every title on this card in my jar. And I will pick the title out of the jar and we'll read the synopsis or the blurb, whatever you want to call it, together. I am thinking I am going to pick 6 books. 6 is usually what I went for last year. And January, I only had 4 books on my TBR and I completed that. And I have read a lot of books in January. So, there is some new titles on here. There's some old titles. There's some books that I usually wouldn't read. Like, we have Catherine, the Princess of Wales. We have Hear Me Out by Sarah Harding. They're usually not on my usual reading list. We have fantasy. I know there's a couple of thriller books in here. There is romance. There is a good mix of books. So hopefully we get a good range of genres on this TBR. I do need a drink. And I'll just have this and then we'll pick our first book together. So there is a few books I've been really wanting to read that are on this cart. However, I'm only keeping this cart for my monthly TBRs, I think. And because I have loads of other books upstairs that need reading, I have over 400 books in my house that are unread. I will be going to them to try and dwindle them down. Maybe turn that into like a series of reading my unread books. So, let's give this a good shake. There is so many in there. I don't know if you can tell. It feels weird. I'm filming and I've not got my glasses on. So I'm not cheating. I am just picking one. And that is My Mechanical Romance. Okay, where is that on here? Oh, it's the bottom shelf. And it's a small book. My Mechanical Romance. So this is by Alexine Fulmuth. I think that's how you pronounce it. I just love the cover of this. So this book was actually gifted to me from my brother, and it says, when Belle accidentally reveals a talent for engineering at school, she is forced into joining the robotics club. Enter Matteo Luna, perfect on paper, captain of the football team and the robotics club, who recognises Belle as a potential asset. Even if they couldn't be more different, and as the nights of after-school work grow longer, Belle and Theo realise they've made more than just a combat-ready robot for the championships. They've made a connection themselves. But with graduation approaching, their differences and what they want for their future threatens what they've built together. Can they survive nationals without breaking their robot or their hearts? So, perfect for February. Obviously, everyone knows it's Valentine's Day in February, so a nice little romance will do. And it's not a big book, actually. It's under 300 pages. So, it is 365 pages. So, it's a good short little book to... It'll take a couple of hours to read and it will be great. So, that's book number 1. And book 2 is Dating Dr. Dill. That is right here. We have this one. Once again, another romance. And this is by Nisha Sharma. I love the cover of this. And this is Karina. I think that's how you say it. Karina Mann dreams of having a love story like her parents, but she prefers restoring her classic cars to swapping right on dating apps. When her father announces he's selling her late mother's home, Karina makes a deal with him. He'll gift her the house if she can get engaged in 4 months. But her search for a soulmate becomes impossible when her argument with Dr. Prem? Can't pronounce that name. Host of the Dr. Dill show goes viral. Now the only man in her life is the one she doesn't want. Dr. Prem is dedicated to building a local community health centre, but he needs to get donors with deep pockets. The Dr. Dill show was just doing that until his argument with Karina went viral and he was left shortchanged. That's when Karina's meddling aunties presented Prem with a solution, convinced Karina he's her soulmate and he'll regain funding for his clinic. Even though his views on a love match and arranged matches conflict with hers, Prem finds more that he's with Karina, the more he begins to believe she's the woman he wants to spend the rest of his life with. But for Prem and Karina to find their happily ever after, they must admit that hate has turned into fate. Okay. We all love a bit of love-hate relationship going on there. It is a chunky book. Well, I say chunky, it is literally under 400 pages. It's, 359. And there is a cute playlist in the back. And Look What You Made Me Do. Absolutely love that one. Blank Space. I Knew You Were Trouble. So it's got a good playlist too. So once again, another romance. I cannot wait to read this one. Pick number 3. This is the halfway pick. And that is The Strawberry Patch Pancake House. I am so glad I printed these out so you don't have to see my horrible handwriting. And that is again at the bottom. This book is a bit battered. It has been on my shelf since it came out and I've just not been able to pick it up. And it says, as world-renowned chef, single dad Archer never planned on moving to a small town, let alone running a pancake house, but Dream Harbour needs a new chef and Archer needs a community to raise his daughter. To help raise his daughter, should I say, not raise his daughter. Iris has never managed to hold down a job, so when it's suggested that Archer is looking for a living nanny, she almost runs in the opposite direction. Now Iris finds herself in a whole new world, one where her gorgeous new boss lives right across the hall and likes to cook topless. Keeping everything strictly professional should be easy, right? And we all know it's not going to be easy for Iris. We all know it's going to be so hard. And what I'm gathering this is like Grumpy Sunshine. I'm pretty sure it's Grumpy Sunshine, and this is by Laurie Gilmore. I have read every other book in this series, and I know there's another book after this that I do not have. However, I am willing to give this one a try. I really enjoyed the other books, so it's starting to get a good stack. I mean, look at that. Look how cute they are together. I cannot wait. It's going to be a long month reading these, and I've got to remember February is the shortest month of the year, so picking 6 probably weren't a good idea considering I have a holiday. Then we have Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Ironic how I mentioned that at the beginning of this video. So Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Bum, ba, ba, bum. That is this book. It says, discover the truth behind the headlines in the revelatory royal biography of the year. Catherine Middleton's life story seems like a modern-day fairy tale. An attractive, clever and ambitious girl from unexceptional beginnings meets and falls in love with a wealthy prince, destined to be king when they are both university undergraduates. Now with the British monarchy in transition, Catherine is the Princess of Wales and set to become queen. Since her wedding on the 29th of April 2011, Catherine has endeared herself to the people of the UK and Commonwealth and worldwide on her extensive travels. With her husband William, the dynamic duo have become the most popular members of the royal family. But it's not come without its fair share of commentary and scandal, particularly with recent revelations to the relationship of the Fab Four, with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, as well as the global furore surrounding Catherine's recent health revelations. Through talking to close sources, both on and off the record within the royal household, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, reveals the truth behind the whispering to unearth the incredible rise of Catherine and just what has made her the icon she is today. And she really is obviously putting herself into her role as the Princess of Wales. And I don't really know a lot about the royal family, but I know she had cancer or does have cancer. I'm not quite sure which one, if she's in remission or not. But I seen this and I thought, you know what, it's out my comfort zone. Let's try it. The text is pretty big, so I'm guessing if this was a normal size book, it would be huge. However, it's hardback and the pages are pretty big and the writing's pretty big. So, book number 4. Let's pick a new one. Book number 5. So, book number 5. Oh, it's got another long title. 3 Dark Crowns. I've seen that, but I think it's on the back. Oh, no, it's right here. 3 Dark Crowns. So this one I picked up in March of 2025 and I still didn't read it. I didn't get around to reading it. I picked this up when I went to Liverpool to see You, Me at 6. In fact, my brother actually got me this book because I travelled to Liverpool by myself on a train. I couldn't remember the last time I got on a train by myself. I did it, I got there, and I got back on my own. So, it says, in every generation on the island of Fenburn, I think that's how you say it, a set of triplets is born. 3 queens, all equal heirs to the crown, all possessed of a coveted magic. I can't pronounce that. Mirabella, a fierce elemental, can spark hungry flames with the click of her finger. Catherine, a poisoner, is known to be resistant to the deadliest of snake bites. Then we have Arisno, can't pronounce that one either. I have no clue. A naturalist is rumoured to have the ability to bloom the reddest of roses. But becoming the queen crowned is not just a matter of royal birth. These 3 sisters must fight to the death for the throne, and on the night they turn 16, the battle begins. Only one queen can inherit the crown. Whose side are you on? So I'm guessing this is first in the series. Yeah, this is first in the series. So fingers crossed it turns out all right. I don't have a clue what to think about it, but it has giant text. Oh my god, that text is huge. Okay, so we're on to the final pick number 6. I should have put the lid on and done a really big shake. However, that's not happening right now. Oh. This one's stuck. Is that one? That's one. And this is The Sky on Fire. Honestly, this middle shelf, I might just start putting all the books I want to read on there. We seem to be getting a good lot off there. The Sky of Fire. This is a chunky book. Like, why have I got so many thick books now? I was so impressed that my first one was a tiny book. This one, this one's got, the writing's a bit tiny too. However, it does, I've got hiccups. It does have a lovely sprayed edge. And this is by Jen Loynes. I think that's how you pronounce it. Okay. Dragons, Power, Revenge, and One Impossible Theft. Anna Harold? How do I pronounce these names? Where did people come up with these names? Lives only for survival, forging her way through the harsh jungles of the deep with her Titan Drake by her side. Even after a venturing party saves her from capture by a local warlord, she remains keen to return to the life of solitude. But this is no ordinary rescue, should I say. I'm going to call her Anna because I cannot pronounce her name. Anna's past has caught up with her. These cunning misfits and their frustratingly appealing dragon rider ringleader intended to spirit her away to the Sky Cities, where they needed her to help steal from a dragon's horde. There's only one problem with the horde in question belonging to the current regent, Neveramas. I think that's how you pronounce it. And she wants Anna dead. Okay. That's a bit... I have no clue what to expect from this, so I'm hoping it flies by. We have our 6 books. Oh my god, they're everywhere. And there is a range of them. So, spin this around as best as I can. That weren't very good, was it? These are the 6 books that are on my TBR. We have fantasy, we have... Is it fiction or non-fiction? Fiction, I'm guessing. Don't camera. I don't know the difference between fiction and non-fiction at this point. It's late. I'm filming this at silly o'clock at night because that's the only time my house is quiet. And we have romance. So we have a good choice. So we have My Mechanical Romance. Just run through them one last time. Dating Dr. Dill. The Strawberry Patch Pancake House. Catherine, the Princess of Wales. We have 3 Dark Crowns. And we have The Sky on Fire. So that is my February TBR. And they are some chunky books. And I'm hoping all goes well. Because if I don't read them, they're strips of paper. I've got to go back into this jar. So I'm also thinking, I've got pins and needles. I'm also thinking of doing like reading from this TBR, maybe every now and again, do a clear the cart challenge, maybe, just maybe. So, thank you once again for watching my videos, and I shall hopefully see you pretty damn soon with a new upload. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any book recs, please let me know. Or if you have read these books and you enjoyed them or didn't enjoy them, let me know what you thought on them too. So I shall see you soon. Bye, book besties.